Welcome to the BFME2, the Rise of the Witch King on the map Emerald Island, to a 1v1 matchup between great players in a great matchup. And that's going to be between the green Elven player Dredge Reaper and his opponent, the red Eisen player May Shadowfax. So the Uruks versus Lorien Warriors. Haldir versus Lurtz. And of course, Elrond versus Saruman. Two furnaces into the Uruk pit. That's going to be the build order of the Eisen player. And potentially build up the furnace number 3 right after. This builder is moving to build, and he will be finding a great spot. On the other side, we will have 2 Malone trees into the barracks and also another Malone tree. So pretty much the same opening for both the players, 3 resource building and also a production building. The choice of a unit will be potentially Lorien Warriors at the beginning of the game, but also you can go for a defensive choice and get some archers. But he's gonna choose the Lorien Warriors. On the other side, we will have the Uruk pit, and he didn't choose a unit yet because he's greedy in building yet another furnace. So he's going for like an economical opening, which if you don't get punished for it, can grow you rich. But it's kind of greedy though because you have no protection. So if the Lorien Warriors rush forward, your defense might not be there in time. And there they are. The Warriors of Lorien. And the Uruk pit will produce some crossbowmen. That's a good defensive choice. So it can make sure that your furnaces are protected against the push and the rush of the Lorien Warriors. And also on the map we have a fire drake lair in the center, which is super hard to break through. We have goblin lair and also the spider lair. So in total 5 creeps on this map, and 1 of them in the center and 2 on the sides. No wargs or no trolls.
Show them no mercy.
Show them no mercy. The Lorien Warriors are serious, but again, they are no match against the fighting Uruk-Hai. That's not a possibility. The crossbowman will be there very soon, and the Warg pit is going to be the production building number 2. The reason why he's placing them this way is to kind of sandwich the furnace, which he can protect easier when it's surrounded by the production buildings, which are of course way too tanky for the swordman to take it down at the beginning of the game. It kind of blocks the entrance from this area and makes it that your enemy has to push from here or from here. And I think in either case he will get into the range of the fortress, which then will start shooting at the enemy units. So the creep has been taken by the Lorien Warriors. They are now level 2. That's good. And we will see now some pikemen. And right now here's swordman and archer. And they are moving to the spider creep at the top side. And we have the Uruk crossbowmen into the Uruk-Hai. March to Lorien. And it looks like the players will focus more on the creeping action at the beginning of the game. So no pressure is happening. Never mind, I lied. There is a Lorien warrior who was able to sneak through and find a furnace and take it down. Yes, he will be dealt with potentially if he keeps committing. But he did what he was paid for. Destroying those furnaces will delete them to it level 2. And, you know, kind of slow down the snowballing from Isengard's economy, which is an economical faction and super strong in the late game. And another creep has been taken. We have swordman, archer, and also pikeman combination. No barracks number 2, no steeple. Might go for a hero, and you know, elves have a very affordable hero who is Haldir.
With haste.
The whole ability will be used on the wargs, on the warg packs, and now the archers are exposed and might be in trouble.
Fill them with arrows.
And the choice is going to be Arvin.
Like the wind, meet them with Elven blade.
I mean, a choice we don't usually get to see very often. In the meantime, a push is happening from the top side. The creep is going to be the committed one from the Elven player. The archers are exposed. They are being in the melee range against the warg packs, which is not an ideal situation. And Lorien Warriors fighting against the crossbowmen and the Uruks. It's a matter of time they will lose the fight. But the archers are doing a good job, and they will be able to finish the whole battalion of the warg packs. Now the commitment on the lair. The creep is going to be taken by the Elven player Dredge Reaper, and also the money will be picked up. That's good. And that's going to be the hero number 2. And the choice is going to be Haldir, a very affordable and also significantly strong hero with his leadership at level 5. And it's very easy to level up the archer heroes in this game. Quite easy task because they will deal continuous damage from a long distance. And also his DPS is pretty solid. So he will always one-shot the crossbowmen or one-shot the warpacks if they ever get touched by him. So the question is not if he will hit level 5, it's just when it's gonna happen. And we will see more infantry. The thing about the Isengard infantry though is they are very solid, strong, tanky, but also quite expensive. And there comes the anti-hero Lurtz. And he's marching to lead armies of Isengard into a potential victory. Rallying Call has been used. Haldir with the sword mode. No pikemen, it means the Arwen can keep trampling into the enemy lines. Bad fight to take. I think for Isengard, because Arwen is kind of not trampling though. She's gonna use the Attilas. But Isengard is out spamming the enemy quite easily. And Arwen doesn't bother trampling, which, by the way, I think she should trample. Now the fight will be kind of over and the elves are forced to disengage. The Uruks in the melee fight are quite tanky with their shield formation. And we have also Glorfindel. That's pretty good. Now that's gonna force the Isengard player, Measure effects, to keep getting more and more pikemen to counter the mounted heroes from the Elven player. In the meantime, like a small squad moving from the bottom side, but their damage against buildings is not gonna be that great. And investing into heroes in the early game is gonna pay off in the late game. But remember, there is a Lurtz whose cripple will be unlocked with level 4. Pretty similar situation to Haldir. So it's quite easy to level up with archer heroes, which Lurtz is. But in addition to that, he's also a great melee fighter. It means if he's crippling you, he will draw the sword, use carnage, and take you down. And the only hero from this squad who can resist that is potentially Glorfindel, but he needs to be level 3 and has to use the Blade of Purity to be able to compete with the fighting Uruk hero, Lurtz. Small push from the bottom side with the pikemen. I think they will potentially be able to destroy the furnace. Yes, they will be able to destroy that. That's pretty good. But in exchange to that, he will lose a couple of units. But I think it's a good trade regardless. If you take a look into the current command points and power points, we can see that Dreadreaper has currently 625 command points collected. He has 2 power points collected after the Rallying Call from the start and the heal on top of that. And his opponent has 3.5 power points collected, slightly ahead in the power point department, but slightly, never mind, he just built another furnace. Now the command points are looking good. The Uruk Pit is level 2. That's going to be the Uruk Pit number 2, and both of them are actually level 2, which means faster production speed. If you cover your mouse like this, it will tell you 10% faster production speed, and also will give you the option to recruit the Berserker. But also you can invest another 750 to get it up to rank 3, and that will give you the option to recruit the Uruk Deathbringers. And like their name, they will bring the death upon you. And that's gonna be a big clash of a fight. Lurtz diving in with the carnage. And also has the splash damage, but he's surrounded by too many units, and that's why he's forced to disengage. Haldir also has splash damage, and you can see he's hitting very hard when he's fighting against this clumped army. And also with Arwen's Attilas, he's quite tanky thanks to the durability he will gain. But in the meantime, the Warpacks managed to get into the backline and killing the archers. That's pretty good. Haldir keeps fighting, Glorfindel keeps fighting. Also, level 4 for Arwen. She now has the Flat ability, which by the way also gets stronger the more levels she has. At level 4 it's gonna deal only 80 damage, but at level 7 already it's gonna deal 240. So it's gonna be a lot more, and at level 10 it's gonna deal 480 damage, which is like a huge boost. Maybe it's gonna be the perfect situation for you to use it into the backline. It is gonna be used. Glorfindel is still doing his thing, almost level 5. And Arwen, I don't see Haldir, he's here using the range, and also he went for Tranduil. So 4 Elven heroes, you like to see that. I'm a person, I like to see heroes quite a lot. And to make those Elven heroes even stronger, what you could do is to recruit Elrond. Elrond is a great supportive hero for other heroes. Just like his daughter, Arwen, also Elrond has Attilas. And with the restoration ability, he can reset the abilities from other heroes and make sure that you can use Attilas multiple times during the battle. And of course, Tranduil is a hero killer himself. His specialty is to deal damage, great damage to other heroes. It also includes enemy lords, for example. If you get the chance to hit them from a long distance for a few seconds, it will chunk lords and get them to very low HP. Now we have Sharku, the second hero from Isengard. Foresight has been used, and what makes this boy deadly is first of all his Dead Eye ability, which will not only make him deal faster, attack him faster, but also it's going to increase his damage and range. And then the Ton of Vengeance with level 10, it's almost like a one-shot. Ultra strong ability. Lords. So what is the plan of the Elves? Will he keep making more heroes? He went for 3 barracks now in total, building a secondary well to speed up the healing progress. He will be able to find the furnace behind and take it down. And the more they progress, the faster the heroes will level up. Now Arwen is already level 5, which is pretty good. It's a bad fight to take for Elves. Isengard army is looking pretty solid with the Uruk Deathbringers and Berserkers. Lots of melee damage. And beautiful commitment into the backline. Sharku is diving in, has a splash damage himself too, and oh boy, hitting crazily hard. Now the level 3 is unlocked, the Blood Hunt. It's like a leadership for the Warcriders, which makes them even greater and stronger. And the Weapon of Talent has been used defensively upon the enemy army. And remember, in Rise of the Witch King, you don't get power points or experience points if you kill or fight against the summoned army from your opponent. The Berserkers. Lords. Level 5 already, that's pretty good. There comes the Warchan, that's a double buffed army now with the Warchan, which is a buff and leadership from Lords. It's able to stack. The Deathbringers are one of the strongest melee fighters in the game. They are not super tanky, but if they deal damage, they will hit like an absolute truck. In the meantime, Tranduil is level 2, kind of slow shooter. And the Deathbringers, look how tanky they are. Even Glorfindel needs like 5 shots to kill him. But also they are super expensive, keep the please in mind. The Uruk Pit level 3, and you are only limited to 3 of them at the same time. So they cost $1,200 each, which makes them to like one of the most expensive units, solo units in the entire game. But in those situations, it can tell you that they are worth every single penny. They are super strong and they bring the certain death to the enemy. We will have to fuel the fires. That's going to be a hella economical boost now for Isengard. And on this island map, you have not too many trees, but just barely enough to make sure that you get the full value of this ability, which will give Isengard the chance to outspam any other faction in the entire game. 775 command points versus 875. So, and remember, those statues also increase the command points by a bit. 10%, I mean 10 command points for each. And he has 4 of them, 5 of them. And also they will reduce the cost of infantry by 20. So now you can recruit the Lorien archers for 240 instead of 300. They're fighting against the Fire Drake. What can the Fire Drake do against 4 Elven heroes? Absolutely nothing. The only hero who seems to be struggling with the levels is Tranduil, but also he's now level 3. The creep has been taken down. Be careful, Lords will cripple enemy Haldir. I think that's a good choice. And now watch how fast they will kill him actually. In a second. In a second. And I didn't see Arwen using her flat ability at all. You can turn and fight this. Also, Berserkers are dealing hella damage. Melee damage, 300 damage type hero. So they are also having the hero damage. Sharku, level 5. And also he will be quite beefy when he is level 7 and has the Minute ability unlocked. Tombamudil is on cooldown. Barracks level 2, that's good. Now we will see some Mirkwoods. A flood has been used, I missed it. But now the commitment back into the backline. Juicy Elven flesh. The Mirkwoods have to be protected, but the Warwicks are coming from the top. So now you need to move your pikemen in a spot where you can protect your Mirkwoods. They are all but not tanky. Okay, nice protection here. There comes the running call too. Now they will try to get back to the statue. Remember, they lost Haldir, which means they lost their leadership. It's the only way you can get leadership beside Elrond, who has not been recruited yet for the Elven army.
We come from Mirkwood.
And the levels, this guy's level 6, has the Wind Rider. So it's good. It's going to give you the catch potential. If you use Wind Rider, you will be able to outrun and catch every other unit hero on their horse.
Ready for battle.
It's basically 40% speed boost and 100% more armor, but you can only use it, which kind of makes sense though, when you are mounted. Push back in the middle. Thranduil is level 4, that's pretty good. Here is going to be used on the Elven army, and the Mirkwood are basically slaughtering. Deathbringer or not, it's very hard to fight against these raw damage dealers of the Mirkwoods. And the fight continues. You want to just kill the Deathbringers first, and now they are gone. Also, these seem to deal a lot of splash damage, but again, the greediness to not make enough pikemen will be punished. And the crossbowmen are dealing continuous damage, while the Elven player is busy to deal with the wargs. Also, the heroes could commit on this, because there are also no pikemen whatsoever. Level 5, Thranduil. Nobody's focusing. I mean, I think what you want to do in those situations is to right click on the lords with your Thranduil, and that's gonna make him to have to run away pretty fast actually. Never use the Wind Rider. Like few patches ago, you could use the Wind Rider and Blade of Purity at the same time. And there was a patch version in which Blade of Purity wouldn't only give you 50% armor, but it would make you kind of invulnerable to damage, so you would be immortal for like a short duration. And obviously making anybody immortal is not very good for the balance, so they removed it, which kind of makes lots of sense. Their damage output against buildings, not too bad actually for 2 heroes. Because this player doesn't like to make horses, he's playing with 4 barracks in total, and all of them are level 1 beside this one, but also might go for the level 3 to recruit the Noldor warriors, which are pretty much like a special unit, just like the Uruk Deathbringers for Isengard. Ooh, let it shine, lightning. That's coming from the fortress, by the way. That's coming from the fortress. Bad trample into the pikemen. The eagles will go down eventually to the Whitemen of Dunland from the summon. The Whitemen Extrovers have like a great damage scala versus flyers. And Thranduil is level almost 6. It's gonna unlock the Wild Walk, which is not bad, you know. But the next big step is gonna be level 10. But even without that, each level will make him deal more and more damage. And these Elven mounted heroes are being used for the map control, and they will be able to destroy yet another furnace, which is pretty good. That means minus 75 command points for the Isengard player. And he's gonna drop down to 775. So while the Elven player is up to 1000. But remember, he can make up the money for the Field of Fires, and also when you fight on the Tainted Land, you will get some sort of pillage. So when you kill enemy units while your army is on your land, you will have the bounty for killing stuff and get rewarded with extra resources. The Flood has been used, Glorfindel has been crippled, but he's now level 8. His Starlight, which is another healing, now the crippled duration is gone. And it looks like he will be barely able to get away. There comes the Atelas. But now Arwen is fighting in a very weird place. Now they will be finally able to disengage. But they kind of... Ooh, the Watcher is coming in clutch. Does he have armor? He does have armor. That's gonna change literally everything. These Berserkers seem to be the way to go, bro. They are so tanky. I was expecting them to die super quickly to the archers, but they just don't. The Watcher. The build has to be careful. I don't know if all heroes were able to survive. I only focus on Glorfindel and Arwen. But I don't see... Okay, Haldir is back, but I don't see Thranduil anymore. Some Bombardier has been used too. But of course, the heavy armor on those units will make them super beefy. Another Sonic song. And whenever I check this lords, he's always full HP. That's kind of confusing because I was always expecting that you would focus down the enemy heroes with your Thranduil, which didn't happen. If you don't want to do this, If you don't want to use a hero that's good against other heroes, you would go for Legolas instead. Legolas is just better when it comes to fight against the enemy army, which seems to be the choice of the Elven player Dread Reaper. Glorfindel is recovering his HP back to full. Starlight also kind of stuns the enemy units, I think, for a short duration. For only 7 seconds, so it's not like a huge stun. He also has fire arrows now. This army with the golden armor is looking sick. Super strong. The Mirkwoods exposed. Oh, they will be punished for this. Beautiful trampoline insta one-shot. Leadership for the Mirkwoods, it's pretty good. Even without heavy armor, which by the way you can't purchase on these guys. You can only make them stronger. You can never make them tankier. Maybe use Starlight. I mean, Lourdes crippled him, but Lourdes knows that he can't really get in there and commit to him, because if he would do that, he would just die in return. And there is always a chance you can't kill him. But remember, you can always use the Wind Rider for additional armor, which would make them super tanky. Sharku in the top, level 6. Ooh, but the Uruks with heavy armor. On the Tainted Land, they have also more armor, of course, thanks to the buff they receive. And the Deathbringers in the front, the army is super tanky. And that comes from the huge eco advantage the Isengard player just has over his opponent thanks to the Field of Fires. Look at his money, he has 5.4k. And I've never seen this many resources in the bank for the Elves. But yet again, he doesn't go for Saruman. Even though, I think he just went for Saruman. Very soon he will be there. Sharku. But Pikeman in position to protect the Malon trees. Bad fight to take. Smart move from the Isengard player to fight on his own land, because he knows that he is stronger. And the Uruks they seem to be super tanky with their heavy armor actually. And crossbowmen are melting the Elven army thanks to their fire arrows. The armory is level 2 though. It's gonna be upgraded to level 3. That will give him the option to get the Silverton arrows, and that might change legit the outcome of every single fight. Because Mirkwoods with their Silverton arrows are potentially the highest damage dealers in the entire game. They've also a very long range. Now you can see their damage is okay-ish, but yet again they still need a lot of time to kill the Uruks, even with double buff, because just recently was the Rallying Call was used. And at some point of the time, and I think the time already has come for the Elves, you also need to build the end mood for the siege. Because your army, when it comes to deal economical or structural damage, isn't the greatest. Caribbean is going to be moved on. Ooh, the Thunderbolt again. This is unfair, bro. Look at this damage, ladies and gentlemen. Like hella damage dealt, and it kind of follows you. You can't get away from it. Saruman has been recruited, and the Isengard army is emerging. Go to your master, Lourdes. Over here. Okay, now we will have a huge battle between the full potential of Isengard versus not yet a full potential of Elves, but that might be changed very soon. Now we have the Silverton arrow purchase. Yes, now you can see the damage is kind of different all of a sudden, huh? Now you can't tank this anymore. Heavy armor or not, Silverton arrows are magic. And your armor can't protect you versus the magic. Look at this knockbacks. In the formation, there comes the flood. Beautiful flood. Just knocking them down, but kind of disabling and buying additional time. But Saruman is going in. Boom! Saruman is a fighter and a really great warrior. Now Arwen has been... Fireball will knock him down. And Glorfindel can't keep attacking Saruman anymore. Now he's been surrounded by too many units. And Isengard wins yet another battle. Talking about winning battles, he collected also 25 power points on top of the Watcher and Field of Fires. Now he has the chance to summon the Dragon. The Dragon, the perfect lineup here. You can destroy so many stuff. These are still dealing great amount of damage, but I think Thranduil level 7 has to make stuff happen. He needs to be the one who kills enemy heroes. That's his main purpose. It's his main specialty. It's like you need to know that you need to use pikemen to kill the horses, and the same way you need to know that you need to use your transwheel to kill enemy heroes. The dragon strike is going to happen, boys. There he is. Oof. Everything is burning. And the power points from Elves are not looking too good just yet. He still needs 2 power points to get his own 25. The Eagles will be available very soon. Glorfindel never used his ability. Just why not? Just use it. He's holding on his abilities like... I don't know the reason for this. Level 7, level almost 7. Level 8 is needed for the golden arrow. But remember, the stun can't work if Saruman is around and he's level 5. So you can't stun them anymore. Ooh, the flood from the power points. Beautiful. Look, you see? I'm talking about that. And he killed him even without the use of the Dread Eye. Dead Eye. That's why you want to use it. Also, Grima Wormtongue. A super underrated hero, by the way. Super nice. I like his ability, level 8. You can legit steal a hero and make him fight for you. If that can change the outcome of the game, I don't know what can. Flood has been used, the Dragon Strike has been used too, but the map control is looking phenomenal for Isengard. Just take a look into his eco. He has 11,000 in the bank. He's legit Elven Mask of Middle-earth. The Elven heroes, do they have the capacity and the power and strength to turn this game around? He needs more Mirkwoods, that's certain. He needs more Mirkwoods, but also he needs a front line to protect the Mirkwoods, which was obviously his major mistake in the battles. Mirkwoods in a continuously balanced fight in which you can protect them against enemy cavalry can win every fight against any army. But look at the situation, that's what I'm talking about. Your strength in damage doesn't mean anything if you can't fight in a melee fight. Also, Arwen, by the way, level 9, because that's why the Flood was dealing much more damage. Glorfindel might be in trouble. Just use your Starlight, stun him a bit, turn and fight. Use Blade of Purity, do something. After that's gonna be used. Is this R button broken? Ooh, Grima Wormtongue has been sleeved by Arwen. I mean, the Elves have 1,000 command points, but they're kind of misleading though, because all of his resource buildings, as you can see in the situation, are super close to each other. So it doesn't give you the information which is the right one, that the Isengard player is still leading economically like crazy. Like he potentially has 2 or 3 times the amount of income compared to the Elven player Red Reaper. The Watcher is gonna be summoned. Watch the Elves away from these lanes. Even slapping down the heroes, by the way. And super tanky, super hard to take down. But also attacks the enemy allied units, I think. But it's eating his own units. Because he's hungry, he doesn't care. He's hungry, you know. You should still not underestimate the Elven power next to the wells and statues. But what Isengard could do, exactly. You can always bring some siege weapons, and that's going to be also the plan. The ballista is now moving forward, and the siege is going to begin very, very soon. The thing is that even, the ballista is usually tanky against arrows. That kind of doesn't work against Silverton arrows. Silverton arrows can also destroy the ballista quickly, super quickly actually. Fireball, boom, fireball into the backline. But low-key, I need to say that Isengard army is looking so scary with armor. The blast won't connect. The heroes are not in the right position. I don't know why Arwen is trying to fight this by herself. Charku is back from the graveyard. Lourdes not yet, but the siege has begun. The siege has begun. The builder has been killed, potentially another builder. Two builders killed in like 2 seconds. Not very good. The ballista coming from the top, coming from the bottom. Kinda, you see the damage output is not bad, even with a few shots from the Silverton arrows. But 2 ballistas are now destroyed. He has only 1 more left. He needs to protect this no matter what. Now the full commitment with Sharku and the Vault Riders. Great trample, great punishment. Crossbowman with full upgrades. Saruman to protect the ballista, staying literally next to it. Also level 3. The armory, when you destroy it, your enemy can't upgrade anymore until he rebuilds it. The blast has been used. Armory destroyed. Fireball will be used. Level 4. Saruman. Let's go. Arvin, Suicide Squad, diving in and just refusing to use the Starlight. Arvin is gonna go down to the Goblin Town. No heal. Lurtz drawing the sword. And also Man-Eater has been used from this dude. They are all red, all angry. And knowing that he can't win, he will leave the game as a dragon was summoned up at the top right side of your screen. GG, well played. I hope you enjoyed this. Elves got completely humiliated and shut down. Isengard is the winner. If you don't want to miss out future videos on this channel, make sure to subscribe to the channel, leave a like to this video. I will see you next time. Until then, take care of yourself, keep hitting like a truck, and as always, stay beyond standards. Peace out, boys.